You want to hear something funny? As you know, I was in a plane yesterday, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, I was on a plane like the past 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
and fun fact, I had to renew like my registration for my car, so I had to like change out the license plate myself. I had like screwdrivers in my backpack, and like literally the last second before I was gonna go on that plane ride, like I was in my like right here, like decide like taking all the stuff out, putting all the stuff I need, and I just like grabbed these two out, and I was like, that could have been dangerous, but at the same time, I pulled out two screwdrivers, and I was like, that's a I wonder if that would have like got me in jail. Like I wonder if they would have been like,
You
"What are
would
you
have
trying to do,
definitely you would have definitely been patted down
dude?"
quite a bit.
These are just like could be two full weapons. And then I was like, "But am I gonna be like?" I was actually planning on dismantling the plane from the inside out. We're going down. I was like, "No, no, officer, these weren't weapons. They were tools for science." And I was going to take down the plane, and I just get tackled immediately from the side, like mid monologue, and I was gonna take down the plane. Anyway,
Anyhow.
so
So I've also been flying,
okay.
but I've been flying in the lands of Hyrule.
Oh,
Yes, with all the crazy fucking Leonardo da Vinci flying machines they can make now. It's amazing.
is there that many like different flying stuff? Because all I saw was one.
You can make whatever you want. You just have parts to make whatever you want.
Oh,
And like the best part, it's like the internet has blown up with. Here's how it started. The first thing everybody made was a penis. Got that out of their system.
Yeah,
made
yeah,
a
yeah.
flamethrower penis.
Good shit. Good shit. Good
You know, made a man walking around with a penis. Then the next step was torture machines,
Sick.
like full on like a fucking flamethrower chamber, like just fucking killing everything in it.
Yeah.
And then we've hit the peak where people are making drones and doing drone strikes and like bombings. It's
Oh.
like the evolution of man,
Oh.
essentially. Like it's crazy shit. And I'll have to show you some of the videos because
Okay.
it's cool as fuck.
Wait, before we dive into like specifics like that,
Mm-hmm,
let me just ask like a general question because this will be. We should probably also introduce this. This video will also basically be a review of the new Zelda game, Tales of the Kingdom.
And you're spearheading it, right? This is your baby.
No, I
you know everything about Zelda
at all. I played maybe 2 hours of the last Zelda game. It was doo-doo. And it's not doo-doo.
Slid that in.
It's not doo-doo. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But this will be a review of Patrick, and it'll also be like.
Oh,
I feel like
you're reviewing me now.
It'll be.
You're reviewing me reviewing Tears of the Kingdom.
No,
okay.
I'm just. And it will also, I think, will be an interesting perspective because he will basically be telling me everything that I don't know because I've never played it, and so I'm just interested to hear how it is. And so let's start off with like one question. Patrick's going to be spearheading this,
I just love for you to throw questions at me.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be good.
I think that would help at least like steer us in the right direction. First thing, this is not a like a knock on the game. You know, people would very much enjoy this, but how much does this feel like a brand new game or like an updated version of the old game with like a new map and a new
DLC
everything?
Argument? Okay.
No, I don't think DLC is like I feel like a bad thing because I feel like everybody's enjoying it.
Well, that's what people were saying before it came out
Yeah.
because they're using the same map.
People are always gonna say that shit.
I think that's a dumb argument, but anyway.
Yeah. How much does it feel like a brand new game or just feels like a good continuation of like not the story because you know the story I feel like is always going to continue, but like the just the exact same of like the last game, but like in a new setting and new upgrades.
So, I was literally playing Breath of the Wild for like 4 weeks before it came out, just to like refresh myself.
Yeah,
and get like used to playing again because those controls are not the best.
A little wonky.
Little wonky. That's the best way to put it. They're wonky.
Yeah.
So Tears of the Kingdom, it's like familiar and then at the same time completely different. And something beautiful they did was they took iconic places in like the first game. Like you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I remember getting so and so here. Yeah. And like they put something else there to like reward players who knew something cool was there. They're giving you something else to do. And like, I know. And it's like, instead of, Hyrule, it was just all one level, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this game, and I don't think this is a spoiler because it's in all the commercials and everything. There are 3 levels. There's the like Sky Islands.
Ooh, what are
There's the
these?
Hyrule, you know, and then there is an underground area called the Depths, which is
Got it.
like dark and scary and fucking awesome. So like there's a lot more to do and like the 3 interact quite a bit. The way they like justified using this map again is that like the whole land got like ripped apart and like shit got torn up and there's new like huge chunks of stuff like all over the place and they pretty much just remixed the whole thing and like how it all works.
Yeah, kind of like a new Fortnite map.
Yeah, they stole it from Fortnite. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, it all
That's
comes back to Fortnite.
absolutely
Can you
true.
explain this in Fortnite terms?
Um,
Oh, and they
we
also have
see.
gliders in this game. Yeah, Fortnite, 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 Fortnite.
I am. I'm gonna. I'm gonna hold in what I feel right there
Wait,
and
have you
just drink.
seen Daddy Gan yet though?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. How is he? How is he feeling this game? Because you said like this is the first time that he was like 3D animated or something like that.
No, this is the first time he's been voice acted, and this
Oh,
is the
okay.
first time he's been in the game since shoot Twilight Princess, which was like I don't know how many years ago, very very long ago. Like I want to say almost 20 years, maybe 15 years, something between there,
Damn.
since we've seen Ganondorf.
Damn.
So far, it's like he's only been in cutscenes because he's like the big bad final boss. I haven't seen him. I haven't gotten there. I'm probably gonna hold off doing that for quite some time
Oh yeah,
because there's just
we should
so
probably
much to do.
explain that. You're reviewing, but you're also like not complete
Literally,
with it. You're
like
taking your time. You just enjoy the game. You know, you're a big fan.
right. But like I've got a big chunk. I've gotten I'd say 50% through the main story.
How many hours have you put in? You know,
Oh, too many, too many.
it's
I've
been one.
lost so
It's
much
been like
sleep.
1 week since it came out, right?
One
Around
or
one.
two,
Okay, yeah.
and I've been playing till like midnight every night since then.
Sounds so nice to
Yeah,
have a game
but
like
I
that that
mean,
you're like fully like engulfed in.
it's completely consumed every moment of my waking being. Like I literally will be at work planning out where I'm going to go next on this huge ass fucking map and what I'm going to do. And then it's like and then I start playing and I all that's out the window because there's so much to do and you could just literally like just walk anywhere and find something new and find something interesting.
This would actually be a great time to explain why I did not continue playing the last Zelda game
Yes.
because it very much ties into what you were talking about just now. I did like I didn't really hold too much against it during the first playthrough when you were watching me when I was like just stuck and being like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like hate that as much as I like maybe joked around about it, but I did play it for like a couple hours on my stream. Patrick was watching, and I
Crying
talked
the
to
entire time.
yeah, and I talked to Sydney afterwards, and he did. I said, I mean, not just Sydney, but he was one of them. I was like, yeah, I like it. I just kind of, I'm excited to like go into the actual game and maybe just have more direction, not just like wandering around and stuff like
Oh
that.
no.
And he
That's the
was
whole
like,
thing.
that is not the game. And I was like, what? And he was like, the whole point of the game is just to wander around and explore. I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, like you have some cool like fight like bosses that you can do whenever like it comes to it, but like a lot of the fun of the game is just exploring and like creating stuff or whatever. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, maybe it's not my game. And the funny thing, I don't know why it's so different for me, but it's like that weird middle ground for games for me, where I really like sandbox games where you can build like your own house and you can like do all this shit. And then
Right.
I like story mode games where it's just like very clear cut, like you go through this and you get this done and that's the story mode right there. Done. But that weird middle ground, I don't know why. I never fall for those. Like I never enjoy doing the whole like you can like there's a set amount of things you can do, but you can still like explore around and like go around everywhere and find stuff. I don't know why. It's just not my thing. I don't know.
Well,
But no,
to be
nothing against the
fair,
game. It's just not my
the
type of
the
game.
game is what you make it, and you absolutely could just like it'll tell you where you need to go, a general direction, and you can just go through that, follow every like main path, and go straight like beeline to the next objective, and maybe be done in 20 to 30 hours. Or you can like just wander. It's completely like it. What is the saying? You get what you give.
Don't
You
teach
know
a
what I
donkey
mean?
braille.
Could you? There are donkeys, but
Don't teach a donkey
think
braille.
I don't think you can teach a donkey braille.
Have you
I
ever
don't.
have you ever seen that Lonely Island bit?
No,
Oh, it's so
no.
fucking funny, dude. They
If
go
it's
through.
not Zelda, I haven't thought of it in 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay, buddy, chill, dog. But there's a bit of Lonely Island where uh they're going on this press tour. I think it was for the movie Popstar, and
Mm-hmm.
they were every single interview that they did, they would say, and you know what Jimmy Fallon taught us, and then they would say something random like entirely,
Oh my
and then
god.
at the end of their press tour, the last thing that they were doing was going on Jimmy Fallon, and they showed a video, a compilation of them doing it in like every single like interview they did. I think they even did like an award show in like Latin America, and they said it in Spanish. It was so fucking, and I think the only one I remember, I think it might have been a horse, but it was like you know what Jimmy Fallon always says, don't teach a horse braille. Okay, anyway, back to the Zelda game.
Yes.
But like what is like the main thing that really like has intrigued you the most, that you're like, wow, this feels like different than most games out right now? What is like the game changer in this game?
I mean, obviously, it's like all the like crafting you can do, like the ultra hand abilities, like just the creativity of people is insane. And but like my favorite part is doing all the puzzles because there's like they give you these tools and they give you these obstacles and you can do whatever you want to get to the top and do whatever. It's
Yeah.
not like completely cut and dry like oh, you have to go to point A to point B to point C. Like that was most Zelda games for the past 20 years until Breath of the Wild. And then this has like completely opened it up. It's like Breath of the Wild, it's like you think it's the most innovative game Zelda wise because you can just go and do whatever with the abilities.
Yeah.
And it's like it was only like a fraction of what you can do now. It's crazy. It's insane. Just the ability to go and do whatever you want is awesome.
So I won't make you compare these two games, but like before this game at least, was Breath of the Wild your favorite Zelda game?
I don't know. I've always really liked. I can't pick, man. Don't make me pick. They're all my
Pick,
babies.
pick, pick.
Because it's like, of course, you're gonna say the most recent one is your favorite because recency
Oh,
bias.
don't say that to any fucking Resident Evil, bro. Resident Evil's been remaking games every fucking year, and I go to Sydney, go like, oh, are they making new games? He's like, yeah, they're making new games, but like anyway, the remaster of 4 is coming out soon, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, so like you would say that, right? And you would like plaster down the wall that like if you think any other Zelda other than Breath of the Wild is better, you think that they're dog shit and they're stupid and dumb and fat.
obviously, I only like Breath of the Wild, and I've never liked any other Zelda game. I'm just a complete poser, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Just checking out. Just checking out.
Right.
You
But
know what I wait real quick. You know what I thought about? Have
mhm.
you ever watched the new Black Panther movie? The second
Oh
one.
yeah,
When you said like going
Wakanda
into the
forever.
depths, into the depths of like the underground in that
Hmm.
new game, I thought about them going into underwater in that movie. You know, with Namor and all that stuff.
Yes,
And I was like, that is the least appetizing an underground world has ever been. That shit looked garbage, bro. I'm sorry. I just thought about that because sometimes I still get ads for the new Black Panther movie, and I'm like, why are you showing ads of this movie, bro? It was bad. It wasn't like I don't know if it was bad, but it was like it was boring as hell. Like I didn't give a fuck about anything that happened in that movie. And I was like, and like
hmm
I think maybe they were trying to push like, yeah, we want freedom. We want to take over we want to get back on land and take over the world or whatever. Maybe that's why they did it like that. But bro, that was so like, I usually love like parts of movies when they go into a new world and you see like this brand new thing. Like, you know, you go into a new planet and you see this brand new world and all this stuff, and you see like all this stuff, and like we went in, like in underground or underwater in that movie, and I was like, dude, it's dark as hell. Could you have? Do you not
Right.
have a better light
Yes.
than this? They had that one light that was like, oh, that's our sun. But I was like, dude, it's still like
You
-5
can
brightness
barely
down
see
there.
anything. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. It's one
Anyway,
I
it's
just thought
okay.
about that.
It's all right. You definitely would not like this part of the game because you literally have to like
I feel
light.
like
You
it's
have to
different.
light your way. You have to
It's
light your way through it.
it's different in a video game, but I'm just talking about like in a world. Like when I saw that, I
Right.
was like, I don't want to visit there
Yeah.
at all.
I just honestly all I can think about right now is playing. That's like
But you need
I'm
to
trying to
talk
push
about it.
away. I'm
Talk
trying
about
to
it.
push away all of my thoughts of where I need to go.
You said you could talk about this for hours. Give me
I
it,
can.
Patrick.
Yes, I can. Yeah. Do we want to talk about like the story? Because I've so in Breath of the Wild, the way you get story is through like visions of the past,
Yeah.
where it's like Link is recovering his memories. That's how
Isn't the
you
whole world destroyed in that?
see. It's like not. It's just like everybody's. There was like a calamity, and Calamity Ganon came and fucked everybody's shit up, and the Guardians came and ripped shit up. So it's not like everybody's dead. It's a fucking wasteland. It's just like more wild. There's very few settlements, and they're like few and far between.
Gotcha.
It's more like close to like dystopian, but not really. Like it's not like people are like fucking killing each other over shit or anything like that. You know, like it's not that kind of thing.
Gotcha. It's like a Doctor Stone kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I caught up to Doctor Stone,
except
by the way. That shit's so good. I love
it's
Doctor
all
Stone.
right.
I
I think I
love
might
it
be a
so
little
much.
behind. Is there a third season?
Yeah.
Okay, then
It
you're
just.
farther than me.
I think it's like. I'm only watching the dub because I don't know. I just decided I liked it. Like, you know, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fighter for each like or either like sub or dub. But
Just
this show,
whichever
I was
one
like,
hits you.
I, yeah, this show I just got hooked into the dub, and I was like, I'm gonna make this a dub show. I'm only gonna watch it dub. And yeah, it's like 6 episodes in for the dub in the third season. Like
Okay,
it's a
cool,
good show.
cool.
What I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
was, is this is a once again, guys. I don't know anything about Zelda. I don't know what the fuck. I know that Link is alright in Super Smash Bro. Is this a Mario situation where Ganon wants to fuck Zelda?
Absolutely not. No, he just wants to destroy shit and be
Okay,
like
but
be an evil ruler.
does she get kidnapped a lot?
No,
Oh, okay.
she was
I
not
thought
kidnapped in either of these games.
I thought the whole like, well, I know like it might be different now, but I'm talking about like the original story of Zelda. Was it like him trying to like save her in some way, something?
I mean, yeah, it's been her getting saved quite a bit.
Bitch. Just kidding.
Okay, all right, buddy, calm down, calm down. Anyway, as I was saying with like the story and stuff, this time there are these like little pools you have to find, and they give you a flashback into the past, and they tell the story. And I gotta say, it is aptly named Tears of the Kingdom because every I'm crying at like every story beat. Like this story is so like emotional and sad and like it's just so I don't want to say like darker, but it's just like give these people a fucking break, man.
It is interesting though that you're just like watching what already happened.
Yeah, well
And
that's the thing like the like big cutscenes have already fucking happened. All right, Wolverine, calm down.
is that fun?
And that's like kind of one of my gripes is that I want a more like active participation in what's going on in the story, which you have a little bit whenever you like dive into the main missions, but it's like Link does not have much to do in like cutscenes and such. He's like all gameplay.
Or maybe it'll be different when you fight Gando.
I mean, yeah, obviously there's going to be like the ending where who knows what happens. I don't want to say what happens because I know I don't think it's going to be a happy ending.
Has it got spoiled for you yet?
No, but it's like something big happened and I knew right off the bat like oh fuck. Oh shit. This is like completely unprecedented. But I can't get it. It's such a huge detail. I can't get into it. But it's like it's supposed to be a major shock, but I saw it from a mile away.
Oh, okay. Talk
But
about it.
it's still very cool.
What happened? What
Maybe
happened?
maybe we can't talk about it so close to the game coming out. Like maybe like in like a couple weeks.
I feel like if we're
Because
talking about like review, then it's already gonna be like, you know.
well, here's the thing, man. I keep my all my social medias have been completely consumed because of course they have. This is like the biggest game in years for a lot
Yeah.
of people. And people are just straight up showing shit that I didn't want to see with no warning. And I hate that. I hate it so much because this game is all about discovering stuff. Like,
Okay.
that's such a big part of it. And people are just like, here's this. And here's how you get this. And I'm like, hold on, give me a fucking second.
That is actually, I was actually talking to my mom about this like a couple weeks ago about how different the internet is, even though it's very helpful in a lot of ways, in like ways to progress society. But some shit is kind of like lame. Like I was talking in general about how like sometimes I just like to discover stuff or like find out stuff for myself rather than
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like that helps people learn about stuff a lot more than just looking up on the internet what the answer is and just being like, oh, that's the answer. Okay, cool. And like put it away and you forget about it instantly. But when you have to like kind of figure out certain things for yourself, like whether it's like a math problem or like
Right.
something else, it just helps to figure it out yourself, like the logic behind why something is what it is. And when I was talking to her about it, I actually like transitioned into the fact that like it's kind of wild how there was a time where stuff in video games was like an urban legend. Like you would hear, dude, in this game, you
Mm-hmm.
if you go into this room and you go this, apparently there's like a big dragon in that room. And they're like, what? Like most of the conversations were happening
Right.
in like the
There's
school
there's shit like
hallways.
that in this
Like
game that has already been spoiled for me. There's
that's what I'm
stuff
saying.
like that. That's they love. It's like everybody is just trying to get clicks. So they just fucking pump out every little secret that they can to try and get people to watch.
But like imagine there was like a day where it was like there's like a time. I mean, I was probably involved with it, but I was just like way too young. But there was a time where it was like, people were like it was like a myth and you just didn't know. Like somebody would tell you that in the hallway and you didn't feel spoiled. Like I feel like internet has made it feel more like a spoiler because you're actually seeing it and it's a confirmed fact. But if your friend was telling you in the hallway, you'd be like, "That's so fucking sick!" Like you're so hype about it.
Right.
You'd be like,
That there's
"I'm
like a
ready to go
huge
home."
difference. Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home and try to find that myself. And like, so they might not say like, "Oh, if you do this, you get this," but it'll be like your friend saying, "Dude, I heard that there's like a fucking giant mythical sword that you get if you do something," and be like, "Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
fuck!" And I'm like, "You're gonna go home and you're gonna figure out how to get there and do it yourself." Dude, they even had a whole fucking what's it called? A book line of game guides in back in the day where you'd go to the little like book fair or whatever. You'd be like, "Oh
Yeah.
fuck, 2009 game guide, let's go," and you buy that. You look for a bunch of shit, and it's I don't know. It's just like it's weird because it's like everything is found in a game within like the first few days of it being out. Well, back in the day, it used to be a lot more exciting. Like that quest to find out what a game is about that could take like years because
Yeah.
nobody's really communicating with each other about it. It was so cool.
And like
So,
that's something that's really special about this game is because if you can get people playing at the same time, being able to talk about like your experiences is amazing because nobody's going to play the game the same like at all.
yeah,
So you can like trade information and help each other out, and it's like that kind of like thing where it's not a spoiler. It's like camaraderie. Like you can say, oh, I did this and I found this and it was really cool. I found something here. You should go there, and then you like trade information because it's such a big game that you almost have to like collaborate with people to find everything.
see, that's why I'm like, okay, I don't. You might get defensive because I'm gonna be talking shit about another Nintendo product, but that's actually why. That's actually why I respect the Zelda games a lot more than the Pokemon games because like they actually put their heart and soul
Oh,
into their games,
yeah.
and
Listen,
I don't give a fuck
the
about the
latest the
Pokemon
latest
games.
Pokemon game looks really bad compared to this.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's fine for what it is, but I don't need to go back to it like at all.
it is kind of like it. Whenever I see a new Pokemon game, a majority of the time it just feels like the cash grab. Where it's like, all right, we released a bunch of new Pokemon that like don't look that great. And a game that like barely works and doesn't really change that much, and you're like, here you go, it's like once a year, and it's like, whoa, cool, and it's like,
Well,
but
here's
like
the thing.
nothing, it doesn't feel
They
innovative, but like I feel like the Zelda games
here's
have
what's
just been like
disappointing.
amazing for everybody
Here's
to
what's
play.
really disappointing about Pokemon because they put out Legends Arceus, which was almost like a complete separation from the main games, like
Yeah.
in every way, like how you play it. And they
Yeah.
innovated a lot and like changed up the formula enough for it to be interesting. And then they went right back to all of the problems. They're like putting band-aids on a bigger problem that is like there's nothing interesting about this open world, really. You need to have more to do, more exciting
Yeah.
stuff. And it's I don't know if it's gonna work with the classic RPG stuff where it's just like leveling and grinding and that kind of thing, you know?
Well, that's what I feel like it definitely could, and that's the sad part for me is that I feel like they have the best basis to go off to make a game like that, where you do
Right, I
just
know.
progress and find Pokemon and do all this stuff like level them up, facing like random stuff that you meet in the world. They have the basis for that. Zelda, as much as I know, they didn't really have that, and they created it. You know what I mean? Like they created it for like the last two games, and they're like, we're made this into like a whole other type of game, but still using like the story that you all love or like the characters that you all love. I don't know. I feel like it's really cool. Wait, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
What was wrong? I know this is not a question about the new Zelda, but wasn't there another flying Zelda game that people did not like?
Yes, and that's because the controls. Skyward Sword, which was it sucks because it looks it what keeps happening to me is like the brand new one comes out and it's like, oh that's my favorite. Another
Yeah.
one comes out, oh that's my favorite. Another one comes out, oh that's my favorite. But Skyward Sword was like really I liked it a lot.
Oh,
I
really?
liked it a lot because the style was really good. I was not like deterred by the motion controls, which a lot of people that's what they bounced off of. They had a lot of complaints about very tutorially, like it just took like hours to get through the tutorial, and then everything was explained. It was railroaded quite a bit, and
Gotcha.
then the motion controls were doo doo garbage. But the story was immaculate and it was so good, and it was a main part of that is like Zelda, it's like before everything, before every Zelda game, so like there was nothing like established about it, no kingdom, no forest to go into. It was all like pre like thousands of years ago.
And this is still involved Link?
It's well that's the thing, it's the first Link, the first Zelda, and the first like evil entity that carries on into the future.
Are there
So it
multiple Links?
established, yes, it established that there's like a cycle where there's always a Link, there's always a Zelda, and there's always a Ganon, and it's like a constant struggle
Oh.
and a constant fight over. It's like cyclical, like the same thing keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. And
You
that's
know
how
what?
that's how they justified making the same game 20 times.
Gotcha. You know what this sounds like? And it's funny because it's a property that you trashed on for having this story mode, or not story mode, but the storyline.
What's that?
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, no, they just did it shitty. They just
Yeah.
made him a pedophile.
I mean, he acted perverted, sure, but I feel like I don't want to say pedophile. I feel like he usually just avoided her until later on in life. He actually tried not to meet her. If you, I do, I don't even think you got to that point when they like talked about it that well.
Because here's the thing, he is always the same, and she is always reincarnated, and it just keeps happening.
Yeah,
Totally different than everybody being reincarnated over and over again.
that's true.
Because it's like they always find each other. That's what's so beautiful about it. They always come together when they need to, instead of like seeking each other out. You
Oh,
know, it's like fated to be together instead
so it's
of
like
like
Hancock. Hancock.
if you want to go there, yes.
Have you
Yeah,
watched Hancock?
sure. Yeah, yeah, of course
Fantastic
I
movie.
watched it. Great
Fantastic movie.
movie. Charlize Theron is amazing.
Yeah, and then oh, but reincarnated over and over again. So it's like Naruto.
You're busting my balls here.
That's a side story,
You're
but
harshing my
I
vibe.
hate that I can say that Naruto is a reincarnation story. I don't even think you know about it too much.
I don't want to know, man. You're ruining Zelda by saying it's like Naruto.
Yeah, dude, your favorite show, right?
It's a show, all right.
Okay, back to the new game though.
Yes,
What? So you can create ships. What else can you
you can
create?
we'll get into beginning of the story spoilers. They go into the deep cave, Zelda and Link together, which is like chef kiss. Like it was so great to see them interacting together after everything. It was awesome. But then they find this like husk of a body that is, spoiler alert, Ganondorf, and they like wake him up and he just fucking wrecks their shit. He destroys the Master Sword. He like rips fucking Link's arm. It's like completely ruined by this like goo, evil aura stuff. Um,
Wait,
and and then he knocks Zelda into a cave and she like disappears.
wait. So does Link not remember anything about Ganon, or was the husk
They
just
don't.
like very
This is a
confusing?
new. So there's Calamity Ganon, and then there was like actually Ganondorf. They're
Oh,
two kind of separate but the same.
okay,
Except
but
Ganon is always like a pig monster or like
so is this
evil
not so? This
entity.
is not the Link that was in the last game that's
It is,
recalling
yeah,
it.
it is.
Well, didn't he recall the memories about the Ganondorf?
Ganondorf was not in the last game. Ganondorf is the like, so Ganon is like an evil spirit entity monster, and Ganondorf is a person. That's the difference.
Oh,
But it's all
interesting.
from the same. It's all from the same like well of evil. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like the purple goo from the Power Rangers movie. I got you.
God, just you're just pulling shit that I would have never thought of. So this is fun and like a in a fuck you kind of way.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
anyway, Ganondorf wrecks their shit,
Okay,
and then you wake up, Zelda's gone, and Link has a fucking techno arm, like it's called Zonai, and it's like green, and like his whole fucking arm is just a fucking creepy monster arm.
oh,
Cause his actual arm got fucked up.
gotcha.
And that gives him these powers that it's like they essentially put, and this is true, they put in like a developer tool as a power where you can just, if something's above you, you can just like shoot up through it to get to whatever's on top.
So that arm is
And
kind of like
that's,
Generator Rex.
oh my God. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going with it. We're going with them. That's fine. And then but you can take your weapon and put something on top of it to give it more power. Like you can put a rock on it and just beat the shit out of people with a rock.
Oh, so it's like that mod I have for Left 4 Dead 2 where it puts an anime girl on my shotgun.
You're just trying me now, man. You're just trying me. But it's cool
Okay.
because you can like take a big nasty horn off of a monster and put it onto a sword and beat the shit out of them with their own fucking body part.
That actually does sound cool. That does sound like so. Does it just add like visual stuff, or is it like actual attributes to like your whatever?
Attributes.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's like, you know how there's like fire, electricity, and ice.
Yeah, yeah.
You can add those, and then like you can add like if it's like a blunt weapon that breaks shit, or if it's like a slicing weapon.
Can you still take a skeleton's head just with you?
Yeah, you can pick it up. Yeah,
Because that
that's
was
still
my
there.
favorite shit, man. That was.
I know. I remember you were very pleased with that.
He would still just be like, "Hey, put me down," and I'm just like, "You're coming with me, buddy. You're my main defense."
But yeah, you can fuse stuff together, and I think that's what it's called, fusion. And like you can
Oh,
like
so like,
put shit. You can like get an arrow ready. Yes, like Goku. You can get an arrow
it's
ready,
not
and then
Goku.
you can literally put a bomb on it, and it creates a bomb arrow. You literally just sticky hand a bomb onto an arrow and shoot it.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like upgrade from Ben 10, where you could just.
You deserve this silence. You deserve it. You get nothing from me.
That does sound cool though. That is like the fact that it's like an actual weapon that you can just keep adding stuff to make it different. That actually sounds really dope.
Well, here's the caveat. You can only have one thing on at a time. And then
I'd like it better
it
if it was like 2 or 3, so you could do combinations.
that would be cool, but unfortunately they did not do that.
Washed game.
And I agree that takes 0.000001 point off of my score.
They're just saving that for the next game. This game you can do fusions with all the different stuff. You can have 2, 3, 4, 15.
Right. Well, in this game, here's the thing. You know how like weapons were all rusty and shitty in the first game
Yeah.
because like they made it worse.
Oh.
Because like part of what is happening in the world is that there's this gloom that is like degrading. Is that the word? Degrading. But there's another degrading is a thing, but
Yeah.
they're like it's like everything is like gross and rusty and nasty. Like
When you said glue.
Gloom.
Oh, Glue. So it's like
It's
the Lego movie. I actually just watched that like 2 days ago. It was a fucking great movie. You need to rewatch it. It's a fantastic movie. Anyway, if you want to know the name, it's Craggle. So the Craggle's going through the Zelda universe, and
yeah, well, you craggle shit together to make fucking war machines.
Oh, okay, boss.
Right. Yes, that was, and literally like there's these devices that are like, it's essentially like people see them and it's so high tech. They're like these are like godly, you know, but really it's just an ancient technology. But there's stuff like a fire
so it's like
hydrant.
One Piece.
And wheels. Yes, exactly. Skypiea. Yes. And there's like a fucking fire hydrant, and they're like, "Oh my god! Oh Jesus!" But you can literally like you can find like a pile of just these green pieces and put them together and make like a car, a plane,
You can make a car,
a giant penis. Dude, somebody made. Here's what's so cool. Here's the videos I love to see is when people make shit. Somebody made a fucking truck, like a trucker, and like just like filled it full of Koroks and just fucking drove around in like a 18-wheeler.
This might be the game that I would be more interested in. I'm not gonna lie, more than the last game. If I can make shit, just
it takes a while. It takes a while to stockpile enough stuff to do the cool stuff. But literally, you can make like an air bike, which is you literally just take two fans and like a steering wheel, and you tape the fans to the steering wheel, and you can just fly away and like do dope. All sorts of crazy shit.
Wait, so when you said people were spoiling stuff earlier and showing you stuff that you didn't want to see, was that more just story mode stuff that you didn't want to see?
Right, they're showing like story beats and like special bosses, and it's like to see what people create. That's the interesting stuff because that's like personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the crazy shit you can do. That's what I like is when it's like people doing trick shots with weird stuff and people like figuring out like technical stuff.
Obviously, I never really played the first game, but I loved watching those trick shot videos from the first Zelda. About you mean last one, but yeah.
Okay, you need to go onto Twitter and follow Ambi. They are hands down the best Zelda like creator. Period. Like their Breath of the Wild trick shots set the fucking pace for everybody else. They're so good. I don't know how much they're gonna get into like the creating stuff in the new game because it's like a whole different skill set, you know.
Yeah.
But they're still like making really good stuff. Like just all the cool things you can make. I could talk about all day.
Can you make a shovel?
No. You can make a plank of wood that looks like a shovel. What would you need a shovel for?
Are we playing Minecraft?
Are we playing Minecraft?
Do you know how many things shovels are used for?
No, I've never used a shovel in my life.
You should play other games other than Zelda.
I've got enough games to last a lifetime, so I'm good.
You know what game does have a shovel?
Minecraft.
Fortnite.
Well, I'm gonna when I get a victory royale in Tears of the Kingdom, I'll be the one laughing.
Okay, but in all honesty, I want an in conclusion rating of this game. I don't
want to give it a rate. I don't like ratings like 12.92.
Okay, fine. Not like an actual number, but just like your final thoughts. Like I'll put it into one sentence. How do you feel about your week with this game?
I mean, as I've said, it has completely consumed me. It is all I think about. It's all I dream about. I don't know what a casual person would do to enjoy this game, but the beat for beat, this game is just chock full of interesting stuff, and you should play it as soon as possible.
Okay,
just play the game. That's all I need to say. Please, so we can talk about it.
What would be your biggest thing to say to a normie to get them to play it, other than just it's consumed you?
Like if you like you said, like the construction is very interesting, but the skills you need to get there are quite. You know, you need to know what you're doing. You can't just jump in and have
You're
everything. It's not
deterring
like
people, brother. You're telling
I
me
know, I
you,
know.
you you don't add that. You don't need to add that. Just what's cool about it.
It's
Tell me the cool parts.
you can do whatever you want with these tools. It's like your imagination is the limit. Like just go and fucking sacrifice a couple Koroks to the gods. You know, crucify some Koroks and like just have fun.
Yeah. What I would say is, have you seen Ben 10? Have you seen Generator Rex? That's that's two things and a Master Sword in one game. That's all you need.
Okay.
Go play the
All
game.
right.
Go play the
All right. All right. You're the expert. You're the expert.
Yeah, I'm the expert normie. Can you say that?
No, I won't.
I'm the expert at being a normie. Get fucked.
You're goddamn right. I'll agree with that one. I'll drink to that one.
Okay. Woo.